Hello, my name is Parker, and I'll help you learn 3 muscles of the superficial chest today. Now, while I don't have any actual anatomical models showing off the muscles, I do have a couple diagrams and some bones to help you learn them. So the 3 muscles I'm going to go over today are the Pectoralis Major Muscle, the Pectoralis Minor Muscle, and the Subclavius Muscle. I'm first going to show you the origin, insertion, blood supply, and innervation on this drawing first before I show you on an actual diagram what the actual muscle looks like. I got this drawing off of a professor's website. His name is Dr. Alan Forsman. He works at East Tennessee State University. He has tons of models and diagrams that you can use to help you study anatomy. But I'm first going to go over the Pectoralis Major Muscle. It's the closest to the surface, so it's the most superficial of the superficial chest muscles. It has an origin on the medial half of the clavicle, right here, on the anterior surface of the sternum, so right here, and the first 7 costal cartilages. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then costal cartilages just join the ribs to the actual sternum. And then it has an insertion on the lateral lip of the intertubercular sulcus found on the anterior humerus. So that's found right here. And I'll show you that insertion point on an actual upper extremity. Okay, I have an upper extremity here with me. You can tell it's a left upper extremity based on the fact that the radius and ulna are both supinated. And here is the humerus. It's the anterior part of the humerus. Here is the intertubercular sulcus right here. And the lateral lip is right here. They're furthest away from the midline. So this is the insertion for Pectoralis Major Muscle. Continuing with Pectoralis Major Muscle, the blood supply for the muscle is the pectoral branch of the thoracoacromial trunk. The innervation is the medial and lateral pectoral nerves. And something interesting about these 2 nerves, you would think that the medial nerve would be closer to the midline, but it's actually further away. So the medial would be right around here and lateral would be right around here. So the function of Pectoralis Major Muscle is first, adduction of the arm, so bringing it towards anatomical position, and also medially rotating the humerus. So, such as when you're arm wrestling, medially rotating it. Now the function of Pectoralis Major makes sense because it inserts onto the humerus. So you would think that the action would be on the humerus, since the insertion is the part of the body that is more likely to move, and the origin is the part of the body that's less likely to move. Moving on to the more deep muscles of the superficial chest, I'll first start with Pectoralis Minor Muscle. Its origin is on the anterior surfaces of the 3rd, 4th, and 5th ribs, found right here, here, and here. Its insertion is on the coracoid process of the scapula, found right around here. And just a scapula for reference, the coracoid process is this. Its blood supply is the pectoral branch of the thoracoacromial trunk. Its innervation is the medial pectoral nerves, and its function is to depress the tip of the shoulder and push the scapula forward. The last muscle I will cover is the subclavius muscle. It has an origin on rib 1, where the rib and costal cartilage join, found right here. Its insertion is on the inferior surface of the middle third of the clavicle, so right here. Its blood supply is the clavicular branch of the thoracoacromial trunk. Its innervation is the nerve to the subclavius, and its function is to pull the clavicle medially to stabilize the sternoclavicular joint as well as depress the tip of the shoulder. Finally, here is a diagram that I found on chandlerphysicaltherapy.net. It shows a good drawing of the 3 muscles that I covered. Here is Pectoralis Major Muscle, Pectoralis Minor Muscle, and then the subclavius muscle is tucked under the clavicle right here. Thank you for joining me.